Already. Testing, testing. One, two, three. Sim, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Alright, cool. We are live right now. So, hi everyone for watching. It is February 10th, 6 p.m. here in Chicago, and today we are going into week 4 of the Illinois Tech Scarlet Hawks A team as they are competing in the Tespa Overwatch Collegiate Championship. Today, we're going to be casting the first match on this evening in the National League against Southern New Hampshire University Esports. So for today's map rotation, we are going to be map 1 at Blizzworld, map 2 Oasis, and map 3 in Dorado. Um, Taking a quick look at what the Hawks are up to um, this past few weeks. So we've got them currently right now 4-1 in the National League, 2-1 in the Regional League. So week 4 is going to be exciting because this is the second to last week of the kind of the group stage here. So a win or a loss can really determine how these matches are going to kind of proceed for the Hawks team as they try to move out of the group stage. Looking at week 1, actually we can just jump to week 3 just for the most recent results. So week 3 saw the Hawks with their first loss in the National League against the University of Central Florida, with them taking a convincing 2-0 win against the Hawks, and then IIT bouncing back into Regional League against Michigan Tech University with the Huskies Gold with the 2-0 win. A really exciting Map 2 game played at Horizon Lunar Colony. If you haven't seen it, watch it on YouTube and subscribe. Taking a quick look at the Hawks for the roster that we have going in today. We have Matthew the Gumbies Gombar, Ryan Alchemisto Lusk, Isaac Shockwave Q Vongfit as the tanks, Ethan Fox, Kevin Corey, Sean Finnegan as the DPS, and Home Medic and Moat Q as the supports, led by their coaches Pavan and Asim Koreanzin, respectively.
Yes.
I'm not sure if we're gonna have time to go over the stats. I think that those guys are gonna be getting into their matches
Yeah.
really quick, but
It looks like they might be starting up soon. Yeah.
yeah,
So
so
they're gonna be starting up right
so
now.
I'll just commentate on what I can, and then once the game starts, we'll just nope. See, right then and there, the game has already
Yeah,
started, so we're gonna just jump really quick over to the spectate.
and for once I'm in third person too, so I have a lot more information.
Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, so let's see. Let me get my screen going too. So again, map 1, where you're going to be heading over to Blizzworld. Illinois Tech here will be on the blue side. Or in this case, I believe it's the offense, and then Southern New Hampshire will be going for the defense here. Once I figure out which side for sure, though, I'll gotta change my icons real quick.
Alright, so it looks like both teams are gonna be rolling out here with the Zen goats, which does seem pretty typical for this map.
So IIT gonna be defense first. Alright, let me change those icons real quick. Defense. And the Southern New Hampshire with the offensive. Get that a little bigger. No, I have 2 defenses. Hold on. Taking this out. IIT will be defending first. Alright, we're good.
Oh yeah, so both teams rolling out here with the Zen goats. Pretty typical of this map. It kind of just depends on the rotations of the defensive team to see how well each team can run it. Alright, both teams are gonna start off with a lob shot. Fire strike gets eaten by the leader right here. They're gonna go up top to Condor, probably drop on the point on the left side.
So Southern New Hampshire is setting themselves up here around the corner. Diva being the first one to match them out. Southern New Hampshire is still going for the rotation, so going to be important for IIT to make sure they have the correct rotations. Looks like they're ready to meet them up.
Yeah, they do rotate out fast. IIT's Zarya bubble does come out first, but both are popped right away.
Gumby's with his ult already prepared. Could be looking at Earth Shadow pretty soon.
Oh wow.
IIT already going for a very strong clear with taking out 4 members of Southern New Hampshire here. Taking out the Zen, taking out the Zarya. Pretty nice clear.
That was actually good routing by Southern New Hampshire. It's just unfortunate. IIT was able to pick it out right away, and they were to take it. IIT kind of got ready fast with the rotation, and they watched the bottom left hallway, and through that they were able to see it. But if IIT had focused point rather than actually going to the hallway, they wouldn't have been able to catch that.
So it looks like Southern New Hampshire going for the approach again. This time we do Gumby's IIT's Reinhardt available with his ult to contest, but it's going to be important that they can try to get the enemy Reinhardt shield down.
Looks like this time they will go to the top. They're going to drop on the point right away.
The Reinhardt is going to get blocked. The Zen going to be pinned, but with his Transcend, it's going to be able to negate that damage. Lucio putting on his Shockwave. Zarya having a decent amount of high energy.
Alright, Diva Bomb coming out. A little, wasn't really expecting, or don't really know why that Diva Bomb came out. I think they could have saved that for the next fight, considering this one was already won. Maybe for a little bit of cleanup, but the Zarya did have bubbles, so wouldn't have been able to get anything anyway.
So IIT going for with another successful defense on the point, only expending, I believe, 2 ults.
Well, 3
ults. Oh, right,
no.
our Diva ult, right? Yep. So Lucio's, Diva's, and Reinhardt's now, and
yeah, but it looks like Reinhardt will have one during this next fight anyway. And then along with that, we still have 3 ults, including Transcendence, while the enemy team really only has 2 ults, which includes the Diva Bomb and the Shatter, which could be devastating, but we do have
something I'm actually keeping in mind. So Reinhardt with his Shatter taken back right with the Southern New Hampshire's Earth Shatter, but doesn't really net any success for Southern New Hampshire as they struggle to figure out how to match IIT's pacing.
Yeah, it's gonna look really rough here too. IIT's ult coming is much better than Southern New Hampshire's right now, as the Southern New Hampshire only has 1 support ult while IIT has 2, and both teams have a graph coming up here, but it's really going to depend on the support ults here. IIT has 2 counters towards grab while Southern New Hampshire only has 1.
The ult going to be capturing 4 members of IIT of Southern New Hampshire. Not going to be getting any kills so far, but Southern New Hampshire is going to be able to be protected by MoQ's Transcendence. With about 40 seconds left on the clock, looks like Southern New Hampshire is already really spread out on the map. IIT looking to be able to take the advantage again as Southern New Hampshire's deaths are being staggered. Bridget finally falling down. Diva throwing herself off.
Yeah, it's a little unfortunate. Zen probably would have lived through that grab if the Lucio had come out about a second earlier. But Lucio was a little too late too active on that.
So Southern New Hampshire with their last attempt here, only with the Zenyatta's ult available.
Yeah, they don't seem to be too close to
IIT with another Earth Shatter, only capturing the Bridget. MoQ already have it, getting a nice 3-man Diva Bomb. The Zenyatta ult not able to protect the members. And as we're taking just into the few specks of overtime, another team kill in IIT's favor. You know, something to keep in mind, I've noticed, is that in this roster, actually, for IIT, Shockwave Q is not actually paired up with McFly this time, as what we're used to, like the Hanzo graph combos that we've talked about a couple of times, but good to see that IIT's able to adapt with their picks, right? So
So like in the past, the issue that we had with Goats was that like we weren't sure who to run with Goats, but you know we kind of discovered this past week that that Kevin actually has a decent diva, so we're able to keep like a pretty consistent roster while running the Goats. So we put Kevin on the diva, which we haven't done in the past, but it seems to be working out pretty well.
Alrighty, so as we're headed into now IIT onto the offense, Southern New Hampshire, what do you think they can do to try to hold back IIT's composition right now?
I mean, a lot of the issues that CD's seeing from Southern New Hampshire isn't really their like rotations or their mechanics. It's a lot to do with their ult economy. They're kind of expending a lot of ults, and they're using ults in the wrong places. So you know, like usually what's happening is that the defensive side is coming into a fight with like 2 or 3 times more ults than Southern New Hampshire is, and that's really screwing them in the end.
Yeah, again, keeping our eyes on Gumby, as he's always been the most consistent member in these games that we've been casting to get his first ult. Able to really just like maximize his fire strike potential. And
yeah, IIT's been doing a good job keeping him alive. You'll notice that usually what's happening is that in the fights with Southern New Hampshire, the enemy main tank is the one that dies first. which you really don't want to happen in a ghost
So
composition.
IIT going for a little bit of a different approach as they go in through the bottom left here through the tavern. Southern New Hampshire doesn't look like they're ready to see them yet. Now as they finally... Zarya putting in her bubble for Southern New Hampshire a little bit early. Now with no bubbles available, a decent amount of damage held on, but Southern New Hampshire already taking 2 members out quickly on IIT. As
Yeah, but the
but
enemy main tank does go down.
Shockwave Q with a decent amount of high energy trying to lead the pacing of the damage for them. No Reinhardt on Southern New Hampshire means that they're going to not be doing too well on the shield except for the Bridget. The enemy Reinhardt taking a lot of damage as Southern New Hampshire instantly tries to collapse to take him with the burst. IIT now going to have to reset a little bit as the enemy Reinhardt finally coming back onto the point. A decent amount of a good hold on Southern New Hampshire, but IIT, you know, able to keep themselves here at the first entrance. So
yeah, it was good. It was a good call from IIT to take it slow after they had lost 2 but got their main tank. So
Shockwave with his graph coming up pretty soon, able to capture the members of them, but MoQ going to be putting his on top of the Shatter, not going to connect, reflected back with Southern New Hampshire's ult is going to be taking down 4 members of IIT.
We probably did not need that Diva Bomb right there. They're probably going to save that for the next fight, but Blade Banana going to be taken out here right away. He's the only one left. Are they going to stagger the Diva a little bit? It looks like they will be. He's going to try jumping off a little. They're going to take her out before she could.
So, Southern New Hampshire are kind of responding back with their own goats, right? Essentially.
Well, yeah, they were running goats last time too. The issue this last time was the ult economy. It looks like here, Southern New Hampshire is looking pretty weak in the ult department. IIT has 2 coming up. Southern New Hampshire has the Shatter coming up, but almost nothing else.
The Bridget going to be using her ult as IIT approaches it from both sides. Southern New Hampshire kind of split up as IIT's Diva jumps right into it, already out of her mech form. Taken pretty low as she's going to be likely be eliminated really soon here, and IIT not really able to capitalize on any kills in their favor. As the Diva's able to get in her mech back safely, able to zip herself back, but she's already going to get instantly taken out again, and it's going to take her a while to get back.
Yeah, they're not gonna kill her. They're just gonna stagger right away. She was a little too far back when she got out of her mech, so it was pretty easy to stagger for them. MoQ is approaching him on Transcendence here, meaning 2 support ults will be up for IIT. Although the same could be said for Southern New Hampshire. Same thing could be said about the graph too. Rally's gonna come out from Southern New Hampshire here. Turning on the fight with an advantage in health for Southern New Hampshire, and a graph comes out from them. Get 6 people.
A nice Transcendence, able to hold on to the members of IIT, but the Diva Bomb not going to make any connections, but responded back with Zarya's ult. Lots of members of Southern New Hampshire captured in that, but not able to net any kills still. IIT following themselves all the way back to the spawn as they just tried to be able to capture point. A half of the tick left for IIT as they have to try to see if they can capture it. But Southern New Hampshire, Southern New Hampshire.
3 picks coming out from New Hampshire, or 2 picks coming out here from Southern New Hampshire here. They do have 3 people. It is going to be a little rough because right now there are only 2 people available. Of course, the other people are spawning. They're coming back from respawns right now. The point is so close to being captured. No one seems to be dying. A Diva Bomb comes out from Blade Banana here. Gets the Zarya, which is massive for this.
The Lucio being the only one left on point, and it looks like IIT might just be able to... And Diva going to try to see what she can do! IIT able to get the win, as they finally are able to get it on the last second. Correct. So well played on IIT's side there. Let's see what to play the game.
Yeah, I did look a little worried when they weren't peeling back because it looked like they were taking that fight too long, and it seemed like the fight would drag out and get and make the respawns even worse in terms of the stagger, but it actually ended up working out very well for them.
Yeah, I think enemies, SNHU's Zarya was definitely able to match up with Shockwave Q's, able to kind of like trade back and forth those grabs. It's essentially just like whoever was able to get theirs first off and try to see if they can get any kills, but it seemed like on both sides, you know, really good on MoQ with a bunch of his clutch ults with his Transcendence to stop any damage coming in. So we're going to be taking that really quick. Looking back into the map lobby, we have IIT here taking the victory 1-0 in Blizzard World, and that will be having them onto the map 1-0. Alrighty. So we're taken back to going into map 2. It's going to be Oasis coming up. So with this control point, uh,
So yeah, we can expect a lot of goats on this map too.
Alright.
Yeah,
I'm
just
cool with
saying.
that.
Yeah, so we can expect a lot of goats. There could be a little dive, there could be a little 2-2-2, but primarily goats pretty dominant on this map. Um, Sorry, I just got a message I have to respond to. Yeah, so both, I do expect the ghost to be coming out here. It is pretty strong on this map. Otherwise, like, for all three maps, that is, maybe for University, there might just be a 2-2-2 comp rather than a ghost comp, but, I do expect ghost to be, like, the prominent pick for the other two maps.
Alrighty. So it looks like IIT is ready to go. Southern New Hampshire likely having to take some time to kind of evaluate their gameplay. I don't know if they have an esports program. I think I saw something on the news on Twitter. I'm gonna do a quick check. But it looks like we're seeing the R come out from their captain, and it looks like they are ready to go. Uh,
Taking a while to start.
I know. It'd be like that sometimes.
Yeah. It's you're out in the middle of typing something to Atlas, our one of our previous players, and they got interrupted by the entering game.
It's just all the Blizzard servers just shut down. It's the Overwatch League. They're already infiltrating these Tespa games. So like,
Yeah.
you can't stream this stuff. It's...
All the Tespa games at once, just.
Alright, finally, here, as we get going in here, Southern New Hampshire are already with their backs to the walls. They must come out with this map in a win condition. And the thing is, with these control points, there will always be a winner no matter what, right? There's no such thing as a draw.
Yeah, there's no such thing as a draw.
So IIT
Yeah,
going to be looking like they have the same members from map 1. And so Alchemisto and McFly are not here yet on this one. A little bit of friendly banter as they're talking about Apex Legends, and I don't even get me started on that because this is an Overwatch stream. But again, Gumby's hopefully just memeing a little bit with that Torb. I'm not prepared for the Torb tank as of this moment. Looking like we're going to be seeing a similar composition go again for both sides with the goats again. So.
Yep. So Zengo's coming out again for both teams. The prominent goats. Let's see. So the teams.
IIT, both sides going to be matching each other on the hallway right here, as already IIT already able to get some quick picks. Gumby's going straight into the map, leading IIT to the lead as they Zarya getting a little bit picked out. A nice stun there from the Bridget. Going to be getting the Zarya out, and Southern New Hampshire already being pushed back, and IIT finally going to go start capping the point. No members from Southern New Hampshire are changing their composition yet. Go ahead.
What it seems like to me is that the main tank and the rest of the team is a little, they're a little disconnected, so the main tank can't be as pocketed as IIT's is, for example. And it is causing issues for them right here. Let's see.
Gumby's on Transcendent's already going to be used on Southern New Hampshire as they're trying to see whatever members. Gumby with his ult available. Zarya putting in hers, going to be getting a lot of damage for that Reinhardt, and another 2-3 kills there for Southern New Hampshire as D.Va's taken out Mac, leaving only Zarya available. A nice kill on the Bridget there from Gumby's there to continue to delay SNHU here.
Yeah, so I don't think any swaps are going to be coming in. It's probably smarter of them not to make any swaps. I think they will have to run this. They just need to run it better.
So keeping an eye on Gumby as he has his Earth Shatter available. Going to be trying to see, using it, not going to be able to land any members, and unfortunately CC'd to death. The Diva Bomb coming in, not going to be able to get any kills there.
Yeah, I think he was trying to aim it for the doorway, but he kind of botched it just a little bit.
So Southern New Hampshire are starting to finally make their entrance here. Going to be using the Moku just to ensure any capture, but the Diva Bomb
comes out to kind of force him off the point too, so they can capture. But I don't know how much it'll matter when IIT can just recontest it right away.
Yeah, contested right there with another grab from Shockwave Q. Going to be able to hold on to the point as they knock out 4 members, 4-5 for a team kill for IIT as they are able to resume control again.
Yeah, so I'm not really sure why Southern New Hampshire threw the grab out. I understand like they're trying to force the point and get some percentage, but IIT was probably always going to come back in that fight anyway.
Style points. Gumby's with his Earth Shatter ready again, able to capture the Lucio. Zarya not going to be able to protect the Lucio even with the shield.
The Transcendence coming right off cooldown there. The Shatters are going to get only Gumby. Let's see if the IIT can save him. It looks like they will. He's going to get pressure in the back though. Shockwave getting taken out as he gets disconnected. Brigand's then having a 1v1 in the back while Moku pulls out Transcendence. It looks like Brig will lose a 1v1. The Diva Bomb coming out from Bladed, the B coming out from Fox. All the ults are going to be used right here. IIT's Ryan will die.
Looks like Southern New Hampshire are able to capture the point back, pushing IIT's members further and further back. Taking it really well. Southern New Hampshire ready to push back with some aggression of their own here, as they finally able to maintain some control here in Oasis. IIT meanwhile, Shockwave with his grab coming up, but Southern New Hampshire's ult economy really good here with 5 ults at their ready. Shockwave already going to be taken out and getting misplaced here, I believe. He was not with the team there. A nice little boop from the Lucio, going to be able to knock the Reinhardt off, but with Zarya's grab, going to be continuing to delay IIT.
Secure fight right here. Ooh,
another pick on the Zen is going to continue to delay, and IIT looking like they only got maybe about 2 more chances here to capture the point.
Yeah, I was a little afraid that Southern New Hampshire was going to defend really close because they probably were going to take it out because I think we had the grab, but they do pull back, which does seem to be a smart move. They do pull back a little too far, I think, but it's better than being pushed way too far when you do have the Ooh, a Shatter comes in right here. Ooh, two people get fatal taken out. The enemy Diva ults, but doesn't
a nice grab from the Zarya is going to be getting a ton of damage there for IIT as they finally are able to find the solution. Getting into themselves a team kill as Lucio will be trying his darndest to get onto the point. Really close, able to get a little bit of it. Moku the only one able to contest, but
he does take him out.
Does finally take him out.
Yeah.
And as we're taken just into the speck of overtime, IIT gonna be able to get a nice take back there with a nice grab, and Reinhardt first with his Earth Shatter, grouping all of Southern New Hampshire against that. Diva Bomb not really connecting, unfortunately, in favor for Southern New Hampshire.
Yeah, Southern New Hampshire doing really well to fix their ult economy problem from last game, but with that, they also have a lot of positioning issues.
Yeah.
They kind of defended way too far back at the end of that last fight. You know, they shouldn't have been defending too far front because they had the what do you call it? IIT had the grab ready, but because they were defending too far back, they just kind of took the fight onto point and then let IIT take the space right away.
So we're looking at a little bit of a compositional change. IIT kind of going for the more traditional 2 DPS, 2 tank, 2 healers, as Southern New Hampshire is still resilient in their Goats tank, comp. Excuse me.
We're gonna see a Hammond Monkey dive right here with the far coming in. Let's see how
Southern New Hampshire are not made aware of this as they knock out 4 members of Southern New Hampshire. Unfortunately.
Ooh,
keeping our eye on the Pharah. She's getting a lot of damage as they're getting heralded inside here, this palace.
Yeah, trades coming in from both teams right here. kind of depends on what the next pick is. The enemy break does seem to be a little low, but she will get taken out right away. The enemy Zen looks like he
was
I don't know
almost
why he
able
did
to.
that.
He was getting a really good catch. He was almost about to be able to kill Mo Q there as the Mercy. Unfortunately, Farah there able to help out. Good guy DPS.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know how much it was worth it though. I feel like at that point probably should have just peeled back. I mean, maybe there's not much to lose.
So,
But I'm not sure how
Southern New
much
Hampshire again going in for the same approach here. Farah already being able to cut off some members as IIT splits here to just try to get to their access to their backline, taking out the Zen already.
Yeah, Fox gonna take it out right here.
Winston going to be taken really low here. Is finally going to be able to get picked off. Unfortunately, a lot of IIT's members spread out.
Off the rest of the team from the mines, and then getting put with the grapple from the Hammond right here.
Keeping our eyes on the Ana here, able to do good healing for IIT here. No members of
2 kills with her barrage. Matrix not doing enough to hold it back.
I don't even think has she used a Nano yet. No idea.
No, she hasn't. No.
Keeping our eyes on Fox here as DeFerris. He's already used his ult earlier to counteract the initial push, but Southern New Hampshire instead still going for the same approach as they're confident with taking. The nice Nano 8 going to be able to not get too much healing done as Reinhardt, enemy Reinhardt will be the first member, leaving Reinhardt alone on his lone summon, going to be taken out eventually. Just a couple more ticks.
They have like 2 kills right here because the beat came out a little too early.
Yeah, Reinhardt going out. Enemies Reinhardt going out way too early. Completely isolated, not helping out his team as IIT just goes right past him, unfortunately. And as we're taking here to the last few ticks up to point, the an early transcend is going to be used as Gumby places his mine on top. The Diva not going to reach inside, but does capture the Farah and Ana. I thought that they were inside the point, but the grab from the Zarya going to stop the Winston from going on any members of Southern New Hampshire. Able to finally capture the Zen Lucio here on his own here as they're finally able to get it. 2 members of Southern New Hampshire as they delay a nice delay there with the Reinhardt ult there to finally be able, before he's able to land it. Yeah, as IIT at this point just systematically taking it down. A nice little blade coming from Genji. Let's get some POV of that. He's slicing up the Brigitte. Yeah, and that'll take us with IIT winning here with a very confident 2-0 here. What's up with the New Hampshires? So GGs are coming out. Well played. You know, I think IIT, showing a little bit of diversity here in today's games, both in the GOATS comp that I think this is my first time witnessing it. And again, this play here for play of the game, a really nice graph there from the Zarya, able to capture almost all members of Southern New Hampshire. And then, yeah, and their control just seemed like Southern New Hampshire just did not have to answer.
Yeah, yeah, so first point was a lot closer. It didn't seem too close, but, it actually was a lot closer than it actually seemed. Most of the issues that I saw were from positioning and, like, the enemy Ryan just, kind of not receiving enough resources, but also not being in position to receive those resources. So, that's obviously going to do a lot of work, especially in GOATS when you're so reliant on the main tank.
Yep, no, definitely. I think IIT able to come out ahead here with this 2-0, just showing their ability to adapt with their playstyle, and a lot of good things that I saw, like you were mentioning with the ult economy and whatnot. So Southern New Hampshire here going to be declining another game, a third game here for any practice. So the Hawks here are going to be having about an hour break, I believe. As
so 7:30 was 7:30 is going to be the start of the next one.
Alrighty. So a quick, not too long of a cast as we're used to. Fine by me.
At least unfortunately.
And so this will be taking the Hawks here with a 5-1 here in the Nationals. So again, a really good start off for them as they are going to be trying to net themselves within the top 64 here of all of the collegiate teams to be able to move on past the group stage.
Yeah, this should be helping them out a lot.
Yep, definitely, and it's really only maybe about 100 schools at this point that will be in that contention for trying to get those last few spots. Um,
Right.
so IIT, having a couple of options, having both lifelines available, they have their chance through the regional league, through the bracket, and then they still have this lifeline here through the national league as well. So yeah, definitely a second loss would have almost certainly guaranteed IIT not being able to move forward, but the Hawks will live another week. So I think that will do it for us for now. We'll be coming back for a casting for the next matchup with the Hawks taking on the University of Minnesota Twin Cities.
Yes, one of their 6 teams.
They have 6 teams. Is this their
Yes.
varsity team?
This is the no. This is their this is the team for their health center.
Like a college department?
Yes, I don't know. It's named after their health center. So
Alrighty. Well,
yeah.
sounds good then. I think that'll do it for us here at the casting corner. Again, continue to follow us on social media to see how the Hawks are doing. Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch. We just recently became affiliate, so that's nice. Finally able to
Oh, wow.
net in some nice streaming hour variety as we're continuing to watch how the esports program develops here at Illinois Tech. Um, and we'll be back in about an hour, I guess, to continue casting for the Scarlet Hawks A. So again, 2-0 win against Southern New Hampshire University. This is Epoxy and Zin signing out.
All right, later.
Thanks, everybody.